Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. Hello. Hello. Hey, hello. Check, check. All right. We good. Audio check. Mic check. Are we good? Hey, student. Hey, super fan. Hey, cop talk. Hello. Can you all hear? Are we good to go? Loud and clear? Excellent, 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 excellent. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Introduction to Security offered at Tufts University. I'm Ming Chow, associate teaching professor, yada, yada, yada. This is one of my favorite topics to do today because it's very hands-on. And you're going to learn a little bit more about me today. So, today we're going to do a tutorial on packet analysis using Wireshark. You may be actually wondering, wait, okay, that's my Twitter handle, but that email address, wallofsheep.com, it's like, maybe look like a really peculiar email address. Let's start there. And I want to start there because that's going to be the motivation of what I do outside of Tufts. I want to start off by giving you a little bit of a motivation, and one of the activities I thoroughly enjoy and love, and that is being a member of the Wall of Sheep and the Packet Hacking Village at the DEF CON Cybersecurity Conference. Now, if you've never heard of DEF CON before, it's held each and every summer in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it is the world's largest security hacking conference. It's certainly if not the most famous one. The running joke for all these years has been this is a conference that parents tell their kids not to go to. And each and every year, I mean, this past summer there were like over 30,000 people that went to Vegas for DEF CON. And if you've never been to DEF CON before, or if you, the first time that you go to DEF CON, you hear about this infamous Wall of Sheep. And what the Wall of Sheep is a huge wall. And it lists username slash password, username or login, and then the password, first 3 letters shown, and then the rest censored, domain or IP address that the credential was used, and the insecure protocol that was used to transmit the credentials. Now the thing is that DEF CON actually attracts the good, the bad, the ugly, lawyers, law enforcement, sometimes even criminal activity, although you hear about it, hobbyists, journalists, you name it, the list goes on and on and on. And it is arguably the world's most dangerous computer network because people do all kind of nefarious things on there. And what the whole point of this Wall of Sheep is, it's not a wall of shame, but it is a education or demonstration to show you what happened when you log into insecure websites and email services such as email, file transfer, and you send your credentials in plain text over an untrusted network. And we've done the Wall of Sheep for years. I mean, the Wall of Sheep been around for years. Hey, Freedom Fighter. So it is an education experience for people to say, okay, you know what? We caught you sending username and password on the DEF CON network insecurely. Please use encrypted protocol to send your credentials. Now, back in the days, we were finding people sending their username and password to like Gmail, Twitter, all like very common, Facebook, a lot of common websites that you know and love today. Uh, and back in the days, using encrypted services like HTTPS were far few in between. Now, thanks to Edward Snowden, there has been awareness that most of the web now uses encrypted services such as HTTP. But unfortunately, people still use like insecure email services, insecure file transfer services, HTTP, and we still get username and passwords on in plain text on the DEF CON network. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the tools and techniques that we actually use at the Wallet Sheet to actually for you to rip out username and passwords from the network. There will be a exercise today that we're going to do that will let you actually rip out username and passwords sent in plain text over a network. Okay, so we're all volunteers. We all pay our way to Vegas on our own. Okay, I want to start off. So far in this class, in my security class, we've gone over things such as how two computers talk to each other, the TCP three-way handshake. So far, we've done that. But now, I want to take a little bit step back, and I want to talk about what a packet is. A network packet is a unit of data. A network packet, like even this Twitch stream, when you're downloading a web page, when you're streaming video on Netflix, when you're downloading a video or content from the web or from the internet, from some service, data streams. Those are data streams. They're all comprised of many, many network packets, not just one, but usually many, many packets. So generally speaking, a single network packet contains the following information: source and destination IP address, addresses, MAC address, time to live, protocol, payload, and if the protocol is TCP, which is commonly used, and you'll get things like the port number and TCP flags as well too, such as sync, ACK, URG, PSH, and FIN. A single network packet encapsulates all the layers of what is called the Open Systems Interconnection Model, or called the OSI model. So what is the OSI model? The OSI model is one of the most confusing parts of networking. What it is a conceptual framework that describes the functions of a networking, a telecommunication system. But the most important things to remember are there are 7 layers. Okay? Is it, turn the stream up? Yeah, hold on. Can you hear? Hello? It'll turn the sound of the stream. Hold on. Let me go to my preferences. Let me go to my microphone. Okay, we'll go back. Sorry, we'll do a sound check. Input device. Okay, hold on for a second. Are you ready? How about this? How about this as the input? Are we better? I'm going to use my other webcam. Can you hear? Is it quiet now, Richman Puma? All right, there we go. So the OSI model, okay, much better. So, my apologies for that. I'm glad that you pointed out. That's interesting that my Mac actually defaulted on the actual mic on the laptop, which I thought I never use anyway. Way better. So what the OSI model is, it's a conceptual framework. All you need to know are 7 layers. Each layer is abstracted from each other, from highest level of abstraction at the very top, which is layer 7, to the lowest layer that, at the lowest layer, which is layer 1, the bottom. At the very top layer, layer 7, it is the services that you all use and love, such as email, web, file transfer, printers, you name it. Layer 7 are the applications, the application layer. Okay, what you use. Layers 6 and 5, 6 is presentation, 5 is session, really no one cares. Okay, what is interesting, what we're going to look at is going to be layers 4 and layer 3. Think of layer 3, the network layer, contains the IP address. but it doesn't have to do with anything with reliable delivery or the payload. That's actually in layer number 4, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. This is where the reliable delivery happens, where the payload of your picture, web page are at. Okay, flow control. So layers 4 and 3 need to work in tandem. That's why it's called TCP IP. You can't just have TCP and IP. You need both in order to work. Layer 2 is a data link. That is like the MAC address, the hardware address of your network interface. Layer 1, the physical infrastructure. These are things like cables, hubs, switches, bits, bytes, volts, and all that. Think of it this way. Think of your mail system, the postal service. All you care about are things like, you write your letter, you put it in an envelope, you put your stamp envelope on there, you have your to and from address, and then you put it in the mailbox. And then it gets sent to your recipient, hopefully within 2 to 3 days. But you don't care about a lot of things under the hood, such as the airplanes, the mailbox, the hardware, the sorting facilities. You don't care about that stuff. All you care about is, you mail your letter, you write your letter, put an envelope with a proper format on the envelope, and then you put it in the mailbox. And it gets sent. Okay? Now, whenever you're sending and doing anything on the on the internet, let's say for example, C Pinky 12 wrote much better. So what actually really happens is when C Pinky 12 writes a message much better, the last text I see on the message is, that message actually goes down the river from layer 7 to layer 1 on his or her or its on that person's end, on C Pinky 12 end, and then all the way up the chain back to everyone else. So one of my favorite pictures to show each and every one of you is on Reddit. It's really one of my favorite pictures to show on Reddit. So let's see when Reddit user wants to send a message to another Reddit user. So you go Reddit user sends it to the application layer to transport layer to internet layer to link layer to physical layer to link layer. Now we're going back up the chain. Link layer to internet layer to transport layer to application layer goes back to another Reddit user. Hey man, and now goes back all the way up to the other Reddit user who finally received the message. That's really how the OSI model actually works. Okay, but it can be confusing at times. But the most important thing is for you to know is 7 layers, each layer is abstracted from each other. So what's a PCAP file? Okay, so there's a running joke in the cybersecurity community called PCAP so it didn't happen. PCAP stands for packet capture. .pcap is a file extension for packet captures, right? And it is just a file of many, many packets. And you can open up the PCAP file in many applications, such as Wireshark, which we're going to use later today. Okay, just to give you an idea, a 100 megabyte PCAP file contains tens of thousands of packets, right? Some PCAP files are really small, like what we're going to start off with today. But in generally speaking, like a lot of PCAP files that you deal with in industry are huge. They contain like 70, 80, 90,000 packets at one time. Yeah. So a PCAP file is really a file extension, a type of file. Running joke, PCAP, or it didn't happen. So what is this thing called packet analysis? In plain English, what packet analysis is looking at and understanding network traffic. Packet analysis goes by so many different names, such as analyzing packets, network traffic analysis, packet sniffing, protocol analysis, packet tracing, goes by all the different names. So why do you want to use packet analysis? What's the point? Now, here's the key. I'm drinking tea, if anyone is interested. Now, like a lot of things in cybersecurity, packet analysis, like a lot of things in cybersecurity, things can be used for both good and bad. So packet analysis has been around for a long time. It's been used by crackers and system administrators. Green tea, Drewfish 7. You can use packet analysis to troubleshoot networking issues, analyze web traffic, reconstruct images and other data that were transmitted on a network, and identify usernames, password, personal information, and other sensitive information that was sent in securely in plain text. Oh yeah. So here's an article from, I think it was 2017 or 18, around there, in Wired magazine. And the joke I like to tell people is we almost started World War III on Twitter. And there was an article on the Mirai botnet that really did some damage on the internet. And there was this wording in the article. Quote, on compromised devices, they had to carefully reconstruct the network traffic data and study how the Mirai code launched so-called packets against its targets, a little understood forensics process known as PCAP, also known as packet capture data. Think of it as a digital equivalent of testing for fingerprints or gunshot residue. It was the most complex DDoS software I've ever run across. And today, what we're going to do now is I'm going to teach you this little understood forensics process known as analyzing packet capture data. Yeah. So what is Wireshark? Wireshark is a graphical and extensive packet analyzer. It's open source and free, platform independent. You can do so much in Wireshark, including path filtering, reconstructing conversation, reconstructing files based on packets. Download at wireshark.org. It is arguably the most important tool for anyone dealing with working with networks, and it's certainly one of the most important and critical tools in cybersecurity. So, here is a little screenshot of the Wireshark interface. Here it is when you load up, this is the real interface. At the very top you have a toolbar. In the middle, the table of all the rows, this is a list of all the packets. It's called a packet list pane. Now, right below it, when you actually click on a packet, you can actually use the panel below called a packet detail pane to drill down and see more specific information about a packet. Drill down, break down to all the layers of the OSI model. And at the bottom, the packet bytes pane, this is the raw binary data of a packet. Okay? Now, the examples that we're going to use are all publicly available. By the way, this Twitch stream, again, just a reminder, is open to the public. So I need to have a nice public URL. All PCAPs are available at github.com/mchow01/bootcamp. Okay, you can just run git clone. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open a Firefox. And I'm going to get a github.com/mchow01/bootcamp. I'm going to post a link here. Yeah, I'm actually glad that you folks, thank you so much everyone, for actually letting me know that my microphone was a little bit off. Okay, so I'm going to open to set one. Okay, actually, so here. So we're definitely going to work with the first 3 PCAP sets. So set 1.pcap, let's open that first. As you can see, it's 715 bytes. So I'm going to copy the link to this so I can just send it to you. So what you can do is just go to download. Yeah, I'm just going to download to my desktop. I'm going to paste the link directly here to everyone. I'm going to open it up. Yeah, 715 bytes. What I want to do now, can you all see? Can you all see? Well, I want to actually go to my desktop. And I see my presentation slide that I have for today. Yep. But now you can actually see set1.pcap got downloaded, 715 bytes. Now, if I actually spit out, if I actually just completely just render set1.pcap on the screen by way of cat, you can see, boom. You hear the funny noise, but now you see a lot of gibberish on the terminal screen, which is all binary data. There's very few things that you can understand, like with your own human eyes. So now it's like, what if I told you that this PCAP file contains like source and destination IP addresses? You're like wondering, like, what the hell? Are you serious? You can see that? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there's actually a lot more information than you think in a 715 byte PCAP file. So now I'm going to open up Wireshark. Let's open, instead of opening up set1.pcap on a terminal, let's open up set1.pcap using Wireshark. Okay, so here's Wireshark, everyone. Wireshark is, again, free and open source and platform independent. And now I'm going to open up set1.pcap that I just downloaded right on my desktop. And here you go, folks. I'm going to enlarge the font size a little bit. There you go. Welcome to Wireshark. At the very top, where that starts with the blue fin, this is all the toolbar. Here's a list of all the packets. Yeah. When you click on a packet, let's say a third one, you can actually drill down and see the layer 2 information, Ethernet, layer 3, Internet Protocol version 4. You can see that primarily it's a source and destination address. And layer 4, Transmission Control Protocol, TCP. You can see the corresponding source and destination IP, source and destination port numbers, and other information. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually going to fire up these questions. All right. So here's the exercise, opening up a simple PCAP in Wireshark. Open up set1.pcap in Wireshark, which we did. So my first question is, where do we download? Go to wireshark.org. Go to wireshark.org, got to download. And it's platform independent. Now, question number 1, how many packets are there? Well, how many packets are there? It's all just a matter of either, well, going through. This is actually all fits on one table here. And the preview. There's only 8 of them. You're going to see a lot more than 8 in upcoming PCAP sets and exercises. Yeah. Question number 2, what networking protocol is used? Well, the protocol that's used, it's only one. You can take a look at the column, it's TCP. Yeah, TCP, they're all TCP packets. What's the source IP address? What's the destination IP address? Well, how many IP addresses are there here? There are 2. There's 192.168.1.3 and there's 192.168.1.8. But which one is the corresponding, which one is the source, which one really is the source and which one really is the destination? Okay? Oh, what port number is the source using to communicate with the destination? So, if you want to answer 3, 4, and 5 correctly, what you really want to look for is something called the TCP three-way handshake. Sync, ACK, and ACK. Does everyone here actually see the TCP three-way handshake? In set1.pcap? Oh yeah, take a look at the info column. Here you go. Packet number 1, SYN. Packet number 2, SYN, ACK. Okay. How many packets? Just count the number of rows. And number 3, you see the ACK. Packet number 3, you see the ACK. How many packets? It's just 8 of them, because it's just, well, 8. 8 rows. Yeah. So now, also in the info column, this will also help you out, is that this number with an arrow, and then the following number, okay? This is the source port going to the destination port. So you can read the packet number 1 as source IP address at 192.168.1.3 at port 49859 is communicating with computer 192.168.1.8 at port 7777. That's the destination. Now, port 7777 is commonly used for nefarious purposes. And you'll see port 7777 again. Of quite a few times later on in this course. Okay? So because you see the sync, ACK, and ACK in this order, the source IP address really is 192.168.1.3, and the destination IP is 192.168.1.8. As in the port that is used to communicate with the destination, okay, it is port 7777. I'm looking at the packets. Well, did you open up set1.pcap? Set1.pcap only has 8 packets. Hey, Ankur. Thanks, man. Yeah, rich man, poor man. When you download and look at the packet, you're downloading the correct one because set1.pcap. Yeah, there's only 8 of them. There's only 8. Shouldn't be a filter either. Did you open it up? That's another thing. Okay? So now you may be wondering, okay, what can we do with all this information? We just did this first exercise here. It's up, scroll up, Sam. Sam, scroll up is the, yeah, I'll paste it here. Yes. Yeah, that's a set1.pcap. Yeah, we're not doing the homework for you. Lab number 2, that's open, that's for you to do in this class. That's a little different. Okay. So, now the fun stuff is, how do you reconstruct a conversation between two parties in Wireshark? All you need to do is click on a packet, any packet, right-click on the packet, go to follow, and then follow one of the following stream, depending on the protocol. TCP stream is the most common. So if you're going back to set1.pcap that we downloaded, yeah, thanks, Bib. Thank you. So, to see what 192.168.1.3 sent to 192.168.1.8 at port 7777, let's click on any packet. Let's say right-click on the 4th packet, I don't care. Follow TCP stream. And there you go. So 192.168.1.3 sent the text, what me worry, to 192.168.1.8 at port 7777. The entire conversation you see is 15 bytes. It's all in ASCII text. Now sometimes, this is a very important note, if there are more than one content that the source IP is sending to the destination IP, you can actually click up on stream. Like this here, I can't move the stream number up or down. But if the source sends multiple content to the destination, you can actually will be able to see, you can click up the stream. Like you can go to stream 1, stream 2, stream 3, stream 4, stream 5, stream 6, stream 7, stream 8. Yeah. Okay? So, that's how you reconstruct a conversation. And that is follow TCP stream. Following a conversation, reconstructing a conversation, this is how you actually get files, username, password, all that fun stuff. Yeah. How is a PCAP file captured? We'll get to that next week. I'll get to that next week. But in very short, there are a couple ways. Oh, and you can see the filter is actually on. You can clear filter, just click X. One way to capture PCAPs, since you asked, and done. Yeah, what is the PSH and the info? Push, yes. What does that mean? Well, let's take a look. What is TCP PSH? TCP, the push flag, and what does, let's take a look. How does TCP push works? Push is a way to send data via, oh, here it is. PSH is a way to send data by way of TCP, yada, yada, yada. Okay. a push flag, and that informs the receiving host that the data should be pushed up to the receiving application immediately. Okay. Yep. Let's take a look at the message PSH. Yeah. So I guess the message was sent in that packet, which is correct. What me worry. Correct. Hey Anita P. How are ya? Hello. Hello Anita P. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, reconstructing a conversation. This is a trick. Like follow TCP stream, how you get back everything that you need. So if you ever want to reconstruct web traffic, I want to give you 3 examples. I want to actually show you how HTTP looks versus HTTPS versus VPN. Okay, I want to show you how the traffic looks like. And the website, that sample website we're going to use is tufts.io. Tufts.io is available in both HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, there will be an exercise coming up on the pillars of sending username and password by way of HTTP. Okay, so I want to go to Firefox. Just go back to the bootcamp repository. I'm going to copy the link to the, copy the link. Yeah, so Nick and Don, yeah, that's correct. Here is the insecure PCAP, which uses HTTP. Here is secure, that uses HTTPS. And here is traffic that uses network traffic that uses VPN. Going to Tufts.io, but using a VPN. So what happened if you is Tufts.io still available? HTTP Tufts.io. No, continue the HTTP site. Yep, still there. It's an old site. But you can go to https://tufts.io as well. Okay. Oh, I didn't answer that question. Someone asked, like, how do you record PCAPs? Well, one way that you can record PCAPs is the following. You go to analyze, you go to capture, and you hit start. Probably the better option, and it's going to use your default networking card. I use 2 networking devices on my Mac right now, so I go to capture options. And let's say I want to capture on my Ethernet card that I am using currently. I gotta find my Ethernet card that I am using. Which one is it? EN5, that one. That's what I'm currently using right now. So I'm gonna hit start. And so right now, this is recording all the packets in the Twitch stream. Yeah, Twitch uses RTMP as a protocol. Yeah, so I'm recording all the packets right now between my of the stream. If I go to a website like reddit.com, let's take a look. So if I go to reddit.com, you can see a lot of information just went through. I'm going to stop here. So let's take a look at how HTTP traffic looks like. I'm going to go to my folder. I have the repository already all set up. Bootcamp, got a Tufts.io-insecure.pcap. Yep, continue without saving. And here you go. Let's say I follow TCP stream. Actually, you can follow more specific. You can actually follow HTTP stream in this example. And you can see quite a bit of stuff. You can see all the content of the web page that was generated. Yeah. Only one stream. Now what happened if I actually try to, we're on a private Wi-Fi network with HTTP then secure, yep, this is how it's going to look like. And if you're using no. If you're on a private Wi-Fi network, hold on. If you're on a private Wi-Fi network, assuming that no attacker, with HTTP, no. HTTP would not be secure at all. No. you can still like capture your own packets and then reconstruct it. No. If you're on a private Wi-Fi network, this is SOQ. If you are on a private Wi-Fi network, HTTP would not be secure still, because you can go and record your own traffic and reconstruct it. Let's open. So now this is what happened when you like what you're gonna get. What you're going to get is something like tufts.io-insecure.pcap. You can still reconstruct it, so it's not secure at all. So what happened if you actually go to an HTTPS website? To confirm, so even you, let's say use a Raspberry Pi or host a local HTTP, would it produce, yep, any HTTP, always insecure. Always send, everything is sent in plain text. So this is how HTTPS data looks like. I'm going to follow TCP stream in this case. It's all encrypted. Don't worry about this one because this has to do with Firefox. Yep, Firefox, we don't care. But this is all HTTPS traffic. You only get to see certificate information. Yeah, that's correct. For someone to capture HTTP, they would need to be on the network first. That's correct. That one is absolutely good. No, HTTP was insecure only in public. No, HTTP is insecure in general. Sure, other people can't read it, but you can. You can reconstruct everything. Yeah. Now, if you use a VPN, however, okay, that gets interesting. Now you can't make anything out of it. It's all ESP. This is what happened when you get a tufts.io-VPN in plain text. I mean, on a VPN. Can't decipher anything. So could it be possible that the reconstruction happens before the user receives any packet on their browsers? Could it be possible that the reconstruction happened before user... I'm not even sure what that means. I'm not sure which one. That reconstruction happened before the user received any packets. You could, I mean, the only thing I can think of, maybe if you're answering if someone actually intercepts the traffic and does stuff with it. Okay. All right. So now, let's extract pictures. So now open up set2. Let's open up set2.pcap in Wireshark. I'm going to send you the link to set2.pcap. Reconstruct is rebuild. Right. So see, Pinky is correct. When I open a VPN one, I can't see any information at all. There's no packet showing. That's correct. Well, oh, whoa. Make sure you clear the filter. I don't know what you're saying, what you mean you can't see anything, but make sure you clear the filter. Reconstruct is to rebuild a conference. Okay, reconstruct is what we're going to do now, is to, there's a bunch of pictures here. Got a set2.pcap. Copy link. Okay, got a set2.pcap. And here's set2.pcap. Here's the exercise. There's a bunch of pictures in here. What insecure protocol was used to transmit pictures on the network? How many pictures were transmitted? And the last question is extract one of the picture that was transmitted. We're actually going to transmit all of them. We're actually going to extract all of them. Let's go for it. So now I'm going to open up set2.pcap, 390.98 kilobytes. There you go. Here's set2.pcap. Yep, the protocol, the insecure protocol that was used to transmit pictures, of course, follow the TCP stream, is FTP. You can see port 21 is used, which is FTP. You can see the sync, ACK, and ACK. Yep, so the protocol is a file transfer protocol. File transfer protocol sends everything in plain text. So what you can do is just right click, follow TCP stream. Ooh, now we're getting really, really interesting problem. The first stream that you actually see is the entire log of the entire log of the communication between the client and the FTP server, which is 192.168.1.8. You can see the username and password that the person used to log into the FTP server. You can see how many pictures were sent by way of this log. 1 JPEG, 2 JPEG. Oh, there's also a text file. There's another JPEG, and then another JPEG, and then quit and goodbye. So you may be wondering, where are the JPEG file and text files? This is where you can click up the stream. There are a total of 6 streams, including the 0th one. You ready? Click up. Ooh, we have a JFIF here, binary data. We will click on and go up one stream 2. Ooh, we have another JFIF. Now, oh, we have a text file here. Wow. We have a big long text file that was sent to the FTP server. I noticed that there is a tool in Wireshark that donuts. Actually, hold on for a second. Hold on. I'm going to hold your question because this is a great one. The answer is pretty reliable. So this text file here, Cybersecurity as Real Politics by Dan Gehr, was Dan Gehr's keynote speech at Black Hat 2014. Nope, that text file. There's another JFIF. And there's another JFIF. And that's it. Now what you can do is, for each and every stream, you can actually save it to you can save it onto your computer. You can choose to save it as any format that you want, such as ASCII. You can actually save it as, you can actually save it as raw binary as well too, which you need for pictures. So watch this. I'm going to go back up to the to the first stream. The second one, really. This JFIF. Notice what happens if I do a file save, if I do show data as ASCII, but save as, I save it on my desktop, output 1. Save it to my desktop, and here you go. So I'm going to clear the screen on my terminal, but I'm going to do a more output 1. And it's all ASCII data. This is not good. This is not the picture. We don't want ASCII data. We want binary. So we want to get a picture. So what you need to do is go back to Wireshark. We don't want to save this as ASCII format, but we want to get a picture. So what you need to do is change the format from ASCII text to raw. Now this is binary. Save as output 1. Output 1, erase this, replace. Oh. Well, all of a sudden that thing quit out on me. I don't know why. So about the credential, we'll get back to that. So I'm going to do a follow TCP stream. I got to do this all over again. This is stream 1. Stream 2. I'm going to do a show data as raw. Save as. Save this as output 2. No file extension. I'll get to that in a minute. You don't need a file extension, because what happens if you don't know the file extension? Stream 3. Now stream 3 is a text file. Now this you can save as ASCII text. So I'm going to clear the screen to more output 3. There you go. Yeah, let's clear the screen here. So now I'm going to go to stream 4. Nah, I don't want to show this as. I want to save this as binary raw. And the last one we're going to save it as raw too. Output 5. All right. So we saved all the files that were transmitted to the FTP server on our desktop. Now I'm going to answer Donut's question. Clear the filter. How do you actually use? There is a tool to extract credentials in Wireshark. How you do that is, here's a cheating way. Thanks, Donut. We're going to cheat. Tools, credentials. And I'll actually show you the packet number 10 with the username. Username and packet 6. But what's interesting is you have to find out the password on your own. How do you know that stream 1 contains an image? Is it because of a JFIF? Yeah, that is largely correct. Well, hold on, tantrums. That's a great question. How do you know that stream 1 contains an image? I just want to let everyone know, tantrums 99, he's not a plant. That's a great question. This is what I'm going to get to next. Notice that I said on the stream 1, I said that stream number 1 here, this is a picture, because of JFIF. I did say that. But imagine if I didn't say that. Imagine if I didn't say that, and that you don't know. And you just save the output as is on the desktop. But yes, generally speaking, if you know that, one way you can tell if it's a picture, if it's like JFIF and other text like Photoshop. RGB is another giveaway. But I'm on my desktop now. So I saved all my outputs from that were transferred to the FTP server. All these files have no file extension. So now we have a mystery here. Think about what we did last week on the Twitch stream. How can you determine the file type or the media type of a file? Rich man, poor man is correct. Use a file command. Yeah, let's do file output 1. You ready? What do the different streams in Wireshark menu? The different streams are all the different files that were transmitted in that conversation. Here it is. Look at that. If you do a file on output 1, you see output 1 is a JPEG image data. Well, now you know it's a JPEG. Let's rename output 1 to be output1.jpg. Same thing for output 2. Output 2 is also a JPEG. File output 3. Output 3 is ASCII text, we don't care about that. Got output 4. Output 4 is also a JPEG. And output 5. Output 5 is also a JPEG. Here were the 4 pictures that got transmitted to the FTP server. 1, 2, 3, one more. We're good. If we save the raw data directly as JPEG, that would work as well too. But I did it this way, C Pinky. I did it this way. So, which really answers Richman, which answers, who was it that asked? If you don't know the Tantrums 99 question. So C Pinky 12, yes. I mean, if you save the raw data directly as JPEG, that would perfectly be fine. But I'm really actually helping out Tantrums 99. That the question, which was, how do you know that the stream 1 contains an image? Does that help? Don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore. Got it? We good? All right. Oh, don't need this anymore. Well, for now, close this. Clear the filter. Go back to the slide. Oh, close that. We got set 1.pcap. So far, so good. All right, let's have some more fun. Well, I did talk about command line tools, so actually a bunch of you just jumped the gun. This is why learning the Linux command line and command line tools is really important. Requires years of practice. Basically, this was last week's present. This is a friendly reminder why last week's Twitch stream is important. Yeah, I'm gonna post this on Piazza for the students. Are you a student in the class, or are you a general audience? There's a difference. Amy G. Delate. Are you a student? So wait, are you a student in the class, or you are like a well? Okay, I'll post it on Piazza. I'm not too sure. That's one of the beautiful things about Twitch is no one knows you're a cat or dog, and anyone in the world can actually learn something. All right, let's do something a little more challenging. Open up set 3.pcap in Wireshark. Now this one's a little bit, but this one actually is deceivingly looks very relatively simple. Ooh. But this one gets interesting. This one is 38.6 megabytes. Ooh. That's the set 3.pcap that we're going to work with. I just posted a link on Twitch. Is the reason the protocol is insecure that it is transfer data in plain text? You got it. Akalabib. That is exactly it. Is the reason a protocol is insecure is that because it transfer data in plain text? The answer is absolutely. Yep. Now, yes, huge number of packets. Now I just sent you the link to set 3.pcap. I'm going to open up on mine. 38.6 megabytes. Ooh, here we go. A lot of packets in this one. 38,469 packets in set 3.pcap. What protocol was used to transfer a media? This is a media file now. Question number 1. Question number 2 and 3, what's the IP address of the client? What's the IP address of the server? Question number 4 is, what is the port number on the server? What port number on the server did the client send the media file to? And a bonus is reconstruct and play the media file. What kind of a media file it is? Computer science, CS. Good question. Well, let's go all the way up to the top. There's only one protocol here that's listed, TCP. Take a look at the TCP three-way handshake, sync, ACK, and ACK. It's only one pair of IP addresses. 192.168.1.228 and 192.168.1.20. The port number, the destination server IP server port is 7777. Okay. Now, all you need to do is reconstruct a file. And you've already done reconstructing files already. Right-click, follow TCP stream. That's all you need to do. Now here's the caveat. You see the client packet right here? Don't let that stop. Don't do anything until that counter stops. Aha, here it is. 31,582 client packets. The entire conversation of 37 megabytes. Well, here I can't make up anything. I can't understand anything here. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what the heck this is. Show data as raw. I'm going to save this as binary on my desktop. But don't do anything until counter stops. Now stop. Should be 31,343 client packets. Here's the binary data. And I'm actually going to save this to my desktop. I'm going to call this as secret. Okay, no file extension because we have to find out what the heck this thing is. We're going to save this content, this stream called secret, in binary format. Now I'm going to open up my terminal. Whoop. And you see I have my secrets stored on here, my secret saved. If I do the file command on secret, here it is. ISO Media, Apple QuickTime Movie. It's a movie. What happened if I did this? You see secret? Watch what happens if I rename secret to secret.mov. I'm going to open it. You can open this up in QuickTime, or I'm going to open up in VLC, which plays almost everything. You ready? Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Every night the dream slowly clears the heart. Yeah, that's a movie that was in set3.pcap that we've been using. So you may be wondering what that video is. That video was from August of 2019 when we went to, at that time I remember it was a night we went to the piano bar at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. At that time I drank. I quit drinking recently, last year actually. And so, it's been, I remember the last couple of years when I did this lab, it's like, I wonder when the next time I'll go back to Vegas and DEF CON. I wonder when the next time I'll go back. And of course, I can say that, yeah, I went back last summer and it was just a fantastic time. It was really good to see everyone again in person. There's no substitute for in-person conferences. I will never, ever want to do another virtual conference again. Yeah. 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 So that's a movie. That was a movie in set3.pcap. All right, let's do one more exercise, a fun one. You've finally been waiting. Okay, wait a minute. Whoa, how about username and password? We'll get to that right now. But before we actually get to use our username and password, I need to talk about a very important topic called base64. Remember earlier here, if I do a cat set1.pcap, it's just going to spit out binary data, but also you got weird behavior as well too. You can hear that dot 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 sound. Base64 is what is called an encoding scheme. Base64 is used to represent binary data in ASCII format. So, for a good reason is, so if you spit out binary data to a terminal, you got all these weird things. Base64 is not encryption, Base64 is not encryption, Base64 is not encryption, Base64 is not encryption. Unfortunately, too many people think that Base64 is encryption. It is not. It is not for encryption. It is not for secrets. However, unfortunately, there are a case that has been used as almost secret. So why is Base64 important? In basic HTTP authentication, a request that contains a header field of the form, and I repeat this string, authorization :space basic space, and then the credentials, where the credentials is the Base64 encoding of the ID or username and password joined by a colon. That's a source in Wikipedia. So I want to show you, let's go to use a Base64 encoder and decoder on the web. You do a search for Base64 encoding, Base64 encoder. I like this one, Base64 encode.org. So I'm going to write a text here, some text. Hello, rich man, poor man. I'll copy that. I don't need to copy it, but that's a text. The text is, hello, rich man, poor man. And then you get this encoded message, and you can decode that. Then the decoder, and you can see, hello, rich man, poor man. Yeah. Let me encode another message. Abel was I here? I saw Elba. I want to encode that text. You see base64 encoded in a lot of like message boards and stuff. It share links or illicit links and stuff. Here it is. You have an encoded text. I can decode the base64. And you get Abel was I here? I saw Elba. Now that's an encoding scheme. Now you may be wondering, what's this double equal sign thing for base64? The Grape Stack Overflow post. Base64 encoding, yada, yada, yada. There's a base64, yada, yada, yada. So the short answer is the last equal sign is added only as a comp of padding in the process. So equal or double equal sign is used as padding in base64. Serves as padding. Yep. Equal sign, double equal sign used as padding for the encoded string. Okay. So now we're going to do one more PCAP set. Well, extract all the username and password from exercise from set4.pcap. Okay. So I'm going to make you download set4.pcap. Would people use yeah, unfortunately, people do use multiple layers of base64. Funny in Vegas that we actually had a challenge on our Linux trainer that did exactly that. But yes, it is yeah, it does happen. People have used multiple rounds of base64 encoding. Here's set4.pcap. Set4.pcap is only 17 kilobytes. So here's the questions. What protocol was used to transmit username and password pair credentials? What is one username password pair in this PCAP set4.pcap? Hint, use edit, find, packet. Now the big question is, can it go on the wall of sheep? Is the username :password pair credential pair valid? Why or why not? Very important note. Do not go to the website or domain after and enter the username and password, whatever you find. Here is a very important note. When you find the username and password, do not go to the website and punch in the username and password and determine whether it's valid or not. That would be what is called a violation of the, that's called Unauthorized Access, Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Okay, so yeah, the really easy but illegal, quote-unquote, way of checking username and password correctness is just going to the site and enter your username and password. The better way to do it, follow TCP stream. So here, I'm going to open up Wireshark, close this, clear. I'm going to open up set4.pcap, 17 kilobytes. There you go. So remember the authorization :basic we had? Do a find here. Now click on the magnifying glass, that's right here. That's a find. Search in packet details. What happened if you did? Like, would they know? Yeah, I mean, anytime they get logged. Yeah, thanks, C Pinky 12. Correct. Noun wide. Let's do now. You can do noun wide. You want to search for the string? Authorization :space basic. Yep, that's correct. Thanks, C Pinky. That's correct. So I'm going to find any packet with the string plain text authorization :space basic. And we found one. We found one. So now I'm going to copy this authorization :basic. I'm going to do a 1. I'm going to copy printable text. And you see authorization :space basic space and then the string here. I'm going to open a Wireshark on my decoder. And instead, I'm not going to decode the authorization :space basic. I'm just going to decode this. I found. Oh, we found something. B. Rogers: they played with great character as. Okay, so the username in this case is B. Rogers. The password is they played with great character. All right, so we got one credential. Let's find again. Hit the find button again. Found another one. 138. Copy printable text. Decode. Username is D Moyes: I am a football genius. So D Moyes is the username. Password is I am a football genius. Find another one. Found another one. Wait. D Moyes, I am a football genius. Wait a minute. That the one? No, we did. Ah, here it is. Find another one. Find button. Ooh, found it. YW91. Decode. Username A. Ausler: A. Ausler is a username. Password is ID10T expert. Are you sure you're on set 4.pcap? Okay, here's what you do. In that case, clear out your filter. Make sure you clear out your filter and then start off at the very top. Start off like make sure there's no filter. Start at packet number 1, SAM0218. So if I do this all over again, I'll find the first authorization :space basic. One thing that you can do is you can actually expand it. One thing that, okay, here's cheating. Wireshark actually can decode base 64 string for you. Expand. There you go, credentials. Yeah. Find again. Yeah, you can see the credentials. Find again. ID10T expert. Yeah. There you go. At the top. Cool. But are they valid or not? Are they valid? Here's what you can do. I'm going to go to packet number 60. Right click, follow HTTP stream. And now you see the problem. HTTP 4.0, this is where you need to read. The response is 401 authorization required. And you read it carefully, authorization required. The server could not verify that you are authorized to access the document requested. Either you supplied the wrong credential, bad password. This is wrong. This is incorrect. So the credential here in this case, which one is this one? B. Rogers, they played with great character. No, that's a wrong. Nope, doesn't make the wall of sheep. Nope, doesn't make the wall of sheep. Find the next one. Oh, let's start at the beginning. Let's find another one. 163. Follow HTTP stream. Same result. A Owsler, this one for A Owsler, ID10T expert. Follow the TCP stream. Authorization required. Not good. Find again. 70. Follow TCP. Actually, hold on. I'm going to start off the top again. Find. Follow HTTP stream. 401. 401 for B. Rogers. They played with great character. Not good. Wait. Oh. Find again. For 138. Follow HTTP stream. This is for D. Moyes. 401 authorization required. So not all three. We found 3 pairs of usernames and passwords, but none of them are good. Yep. 3 username and password pairs, 3 invalid, and we determine that when we follow the TCP follow TCP stream. Is there a difference if you follow? Yeah, let's do that. Let's start at the beginning. Clear screen. Follow TCP stream. You can actually click on the different streams. Yeah. HTTP is really specific, but you can still get everything if you follow TCP stream. You just have to keep on scrolling up. Does that answer your question, Slapcake? Good question. That's the difference between following the TCP one versus the HTTP one. Following the TCP one, you just show everything TCP and set for.pcap. But you should get the same results. Okay. There is when you install Wireshark, it does come with a command line based Wireshark. It's called T-Shark. You can dump and analyze network traffic. You can list all the host names. You can list all the host IPs and domain names in the PCAP file. You can also do everything in T-Shark, command line T-Shark that you can in graphical. Oh, I want to go back to one question. I forgot who it was that asked about the credentials. If you do go to Tools, Credentials, and set for.pcap, you actually can see the protocol used and all the usernames. B. Rogers, D. Moyes, A. Owsler. I use HTTP basic auth for the protocol. So how do you know what website does the credential belong to? That's a great question. IP address. Check the IP address. One thing is you go to statistics, resolved addresses. And you go to host. You should see that. But really, the Akalabib, so how to know what website does a credential belong to? Really is look at the IP address. Sometimes it actually says it in host here if you resolve addresses. So there's plenty of learning opportunity. We're going to use PCAPs again in this course. Next week we're going to talk about next Tuesday in class we're going to talk about network sniffing. So for those who are taking the Introduction to Security class at Tufts in person, we're going to learn about sniffing traffic. There's a lot of PCAPs that you can use and download on the internet. We're going to show those examples later. Wall of Sheep, I always look for volunteers. And we have a number of different events to actually hone your skills, such as Packet Inspector. We have another opportunity to develop your skill called Packet Detective. And we have a Black Badge event contest that actually you can earn a DEF CON Black Badge that gives you lifetime admission to DEF CON, a way of capturing a packet. If there are multiple occurrences of one username password, you consider one. Yeah, yes, consider one. Yeah, great question. Can people use TCP dump? TCP dump is used for, what is TCP dump for those who don't know? TCP dump is used for dumping traffic on a network, recording, largely used for recording. I love to use TCP dump because it's lightweight. I'm not about how to capture packets. One way is to use TCP dump, but what I did was just hit the blue button on Wireshark. This will actually help you catch. This is a blue is start capturing packet. You can see the little note start capturing packets. Yeah, folks, and that's it, folks. Yeah, that's it, folks. We got it. This is all we got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Yeah, thank you so much. Now you have all the tools to do lab number 2. Yeah, in my security class. Oh, lab number 2, for those who don't know, is available. Publicly available. 3 PCAP sets. A lot of what we did. Again, set 1, 2, and 3 are different than the one I showed in the stream today. Alright, folks. You take care. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. And next week we're going to do network reconnaissance and scanning. Bye now.